Hey there, I'm Andrew Byros, NTN School Development Coach. We're trying something a little new, a little different with this video blog series, but I am grateful for you joining me. I've been thinking a lot about purpose recently, more specifically the why to our work. Often when a teacher notes that a student is disengaged from his or her class, I wonder, why should students be engaged with their work? How has the learning been designed so that it is meeting students' needs, interests, wants, desires, or their own personal wonders? And how might a student know for whom or what all this work is for? A robust driving question, then, is often the lighthouse for students regarding this matter, pointing them along the waters towards a learning purpose, and most assuredly away from the rocks and the sirens that scream out, "But I do my work, but I do my work." Should we then expect teachers to engage in the types of teaching, learning, collaboration, personal self-reflection needed in order to facilitate really authentic, deeper learning practices just because the director said so? Of course not, that would be foolish. So then, a school needs a why, and the lifeblood of that school, its teachers, need to live and own the why every single day. As a school leader, it is imperative to focus the school on its why. All decisions, from bio to books to the budget, need to resonate and come out from your school's stated why. And just like we ask teachers to start every time with students with the driving question, again, pointing students in the direction of why we're asking them to engage in this work, you too need to refocus the adults in the building towards this why anytime you meet, either to do collective learning or to disseminate knowledge. In some cases, some schools' whys contain some fuzzy buzzwords, inquiry, collaboration, PBL. Now, I love these buzzwords, they're great, but because of their fuzziness, it makes it all the more crucial that we really have to define what they mean, look like, sound like, taste like, act like, right? So what does collaboration actually sound like in a math class? Or what might inquiry look like in an English class? We have to provide spaces for teachers to define and operationalize these buzzwords. Before the next time you and your team of teachers meet, ask them to reflect on the school's why. If they need a refresher about what that is, this is why we're doing this. Also ask them to consider an action that they've taken or they've seen in class that aligns with the school's stated why. When you and your team meet, make sure that you have a bunch of colorful index cards on hand. Please don't use the white ones, it'll just look gross. As well as a bunch of colorful markers. Thin felt tip, that's the real hot tip for you. Ask those to take about 5 minutes, and on the blank side of the index card, write or draw that action that aligns with the why. Give folks 5 minutes to breathe, 5 minutes to write, and then if you have a relatively large group, do a quick turn to the left, turn to the right, have folks share. If it's a small group, do a quick whip around. The point is that, one, folks are celebrating their successes in the classroom. Two, they're also hearing from their peers about actions that align with your school's stated why. Afterwards, make sure that you collect all the index cards and find a place within your school community to put these up so that everyone, students, parents, teachers, can see. Now here's the most important part. Continue this practice. Keep returning to your why. Keep allowing space for teachers to define what living the why looks, sounds, feels, acts, tastes like. This in turn will encourage them to take more actions not only aligned with your why, but with each other. When your team's ready, submit for actions that don't necessarily align with the why. This is something that the school leader should really be the first to do because it takes a lot of vulnerability. But through conversations wherein someone says, this happened, this is the action I took, and I'm not necessarily sure that it aligns with our stated why, through those types of conversations, great reflection, peer feedback, a school can really grow and really become grounded in why they have decided to take on this type of teaching and learning and to engage students in this really authentic way that connects all of our schools. Let's continue this conversation. I would love for folks to reach out on Twitter and Instagram and share how their schools are living their why every single day. Until then, I'm Andrew Byros. Be good to each other.
Drop it.